Thank you for asking me, Tom Witt. I don't know where you are, but my name is, and it's sometimes hard to pronounce, but I want you to be able to read it on the ballot. My name is Jean Curtis Schodorf, and that's Curtis with a K. Jean Curtis, and it's pronounced Schodorf. It's a little hard to pronounce, but I want everybody to remember that because we need a new Secretary of State for Kansas. A little bit about myself. I'm almost a full-blooded Kansan, but my dad was a Marine, and I was born on a Marine Corps base. And I've lived in Kansas, and my great-grandparents were from Kansas all the way through. I'm from Independence, that's my hometown. I live in Wichita, and my family owns the little house on the prairie, the site where Laura Ingalls Wilder lived. I own that with my brother, Bill Curtis, the journalist. We own and operate that and promote tourism for people to come and visit Kansas. And we have a lot of visitors who love Kansas who want to come and visit here. But Kansas isn't the way it used to be. It isn't about neighbors helping neighbors. It's about extremism and candidates and office holders who are doing what they want to do on their own personal agendas. Kris Kobach is the worst. We need a new Secretary of State because I will be a full-time Secretary of State, unlike Kris Kobach. No moonlighting, no running off to Arizona, or even worse, representing Arizona in a court of law in Kansas. No private law practice, no extremism. Be a public service for the people of Kansas. That's what you will pay me for, and that's what a public servant should be. Work for the people. Number 2, we have found in the 27,000 miles that I've put on my car in traveling all across Kansas so far that people are very concerned with voting and they're very concerned about businesses. My second part of my plan will be to be a pro-business, one-stop shop to help businesses come and register and do business in Kansas. The office is falling apart because Kris Kobach isn't there, and Jean Schodorf will be there. But the third part of the plan is very dear to me and to all of us, and that is our freedom to vote, our liberty. And we are having it taken away by Kris Kobach, by a tyrant, and that cannot be in our great state of Kansas. And so I have a plan to straighten out the voter registration mess. There are 19,000 people right now who are in limbo, who have had their rights taken away, who will never be able to vote, ever. If Kris Kobach cared, he could help them right now, but he does not. We have a plan to help them register to vote. Every citizen should be able to vote in Kansas and to register in Kansas and then to vote in Kansas. Our senior citizens are being affected the most. Those who have voted their whole lives have had their voting rights taken away and will not be able to vote in this election. That is un-Kansan and un-American. Women are having a terrible time registering to vote. They are having to pay poll taxes. They are having to prove that their name on the birth certificate is the same that is on their name on the wedding certificate or the divorce certificate or whatever it is. and that is discriminatory, and I will help women register to vote. The last thing is, well, many people are being affected, but young people are being discouraged. They don't see why they need to vote. And I will have a program that will encourage them to become lifelong voters in Kansas. 3-part plan, but the most important thing is to get out to vote for the primary and the election in November. There are many things that are going on now, between now and the election. But the only way to bring Kansas back to the Kansas we knew, to the Kansas we love, is to get out and vote. Vote for the Democratic ticket from Paul Davis to Brian Davis. How about that? To Jim Schodorf. To change the face of Kansas and bring back the Kansas we love. We need your help. We need everybody to vote. We need you to take your friends to vote, to register to vote. Tell your neighbors and your relatives how important this is for the future of Kansas, not just looking back, but for the future of Kansas. We can take Kansas back for our kids and all of us. Thank you very much. I am ready to fight as hard as I can.